A lover proposed unsuccessfully for many months, suffering the unpleasant pains of rejection. And finally, his sweetheart yielded. Come to such a place at such an hour, she said. So the lover finally found himself seated beside his beloved. He pulled out a sheaf of love letters that he had written to her over the months. They were passionate expressions of pain and burning desire for her. He began to read them aloud. The minutes passed on and he read on and on and on. Finally, the woman burst out, "What kind of blockhead are you? Those letters fell of your longing. Well, here I am with you at last, and you are lost in your ridiculous, unreasonable letters." Living in the now is so difficult because we are always encouraged to think about the future or dwell on our past. Advertisements, reminders, notifications, messages, and alerts are also often geared towards the past or the future. If you allow yourself to be a victim of time, a victim of the past, and a slave to a future that is yet to unravel, you will carry with you a sense of unease. Now, according to experts, unease, anxiety, tension, stress, worry are all caused by too much future and not enough presence, while guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness are all caused by too much past and not enough presence. As I was randomly scrolling down my WhatsApp feed a few months ago, I happened to come across a poem with the word anonymous written at the bottom of it. In a world where we, as humans, are constantly surrounded by relentless routines and never-ending runs to school and work, I feel as if we have no time left to breathe. And the poem goes like this. First, I was dying to finish high school and start college. And then I was dying to finish college and start working. And then I was dying to marry and have children. And then I was dying for my children to grow old enough for school so I could return to work. And then I was dying to retire. And now I am dying. And suddenly I realize I forgot to live. Friends, is this really what life is all about? Waiting until one cycle finishes just so we can start another one? Of course not. Yet why do we have this tendency to rush and be so reluctant as to take a breather? I find we are not really living life, but in other words, simply going through it. A key factor in living a healthy life is to balance your thoughts of the past and the future. It's hard to say what the exact right balance is, but you'll know you have hit the right balance when you worry less, experience less stress on a regular basis, and find yourself living the majority of life in the present. Enjoy the present, the moment you are in now. You won't leave this minute again, which is why you should make the most of it. The evolution of technology has shrunk the DSLR into a pocket-sized touchscreen phone with unlimited storage. With time, we have become slaves to our innumerable images. People are taking photographs everywhere. Where you go to eat dinner is decided by the photo-worthiness of the place. Where you travel is also decided by photo-worthiness. A wedding success is decided by how good the photographs turn out to be. Our lives are being dictated by our smartphones and social media. A picture is worth 1,000 boasts. Coffee, sunrises, destination, cats, dogs, selfies, all our impulses have visual proof. But do picture perfect moments make for a fulfilling life? In our obsession of capturing each moment of our lives and sharing it with the world, we don't know how to really live in the moment anymore. Instead of living it for ourselves, we are capturing on camera to show it to other people. And rather than finding our own happiness, we have started asking people for validation of our happiness. Any happy moment is now incomplete without us getting validation from the outside world. We go on holidays wanting to come back feeling recharged and refreshed, but smartphones are stopping us from appreciating the most beautiful aspects of our family travel, namely interaction and quality time. Many families constantly record videos and take photos with the intention of posting it later in the day or as soon as there is free Wi-Fi at the hotel. A few years back on a vacation with friends to Mumbai, We were on a jeep scouting through the steep road in the National Reserve when we had the opportunity to see a huge leopard sitting on the road. Now, the leopard was enchanting, majestic, and so beautiful. She was sitting at the center of the road, and as we approached her, she walked slowly and moved at the side of the road just 2 meters away. She stared into my eyes intensely, like waiting for me to see her. And instead of staring back and let that instant grab me, I grabbed my phone instead and started shooting. I had to show my family and friends. Within a few seconds, she growled and moved slowly, and all I had left was some mediocre shots and the bitter feeling that I had just missed out on an amazing moment that will never repeat itself. It was almost like I never even saw her, like I wasn't even there. At most tourist destinations, I have observed people holding up their phones in front of their face, recording shows or events, and many a times, unfortunately, when the show finally happens, it was too quick and left much of the spectators feeling disappointed. I noticed their need to share overshadowed the experience. Instead of experiencing something in real time, they wanted to watch it later through the filter of a screen. Now, according to recent research by Linda Henkel, a psychology professor at Florida University, photos can actually impair your ability to recall details of the events later. Friends, when you are mindful, your attention is focused on what is happening in the present moment and you are fully in touch with reality. The next time you watch the sunset at the beach, stop a moment before whipping out your phone. Listen to the waves. Listen to the chirping of the birds. Feel the cooling sand under your feet. Smell the crisp salt air and breathe deeply. I assure you, that moment will stay with you longer than any other sunset post on your Instagram. Living in the moment is about experiencing the world around you as it happens without injecting thought into it. To live in the moment or now means being conscious, aware in the present with all your senses. When we concentrate our attention on the present, we focus on the task at hand. We give our full attention to what we are doing and let go of the outcomes. Seizing each moment in life allows us to prolong its value and make it more meaningful. Living in the moment takes practice, but when you learn how to live this way, you will lead a fuller life and appreciate the beauty in every activity, every second of the day.